Alrighty, listeners, we are back today with another episode of Twisting It with Taffy. This is another sex talk, which, you know, everybody should be doing more of. Today, I am with one of my good friends, Nami,
Hey,
otherwise known as Nami3neko.
Nami3neko coming at you on this podcast.
Um, I have no idea where this conversation today is gonna go,
Yeah.
but this one should be a fun one. Second longest person I've known in the sex work industry.
I almost wish I was 3 because 3 is kind of my thing. But I'll take 2. 2 is all right, I guess. But yeah, hey, I'm Nami3neko, Nami3neko, whatever. That's just my username. It just has a 3 in it, but I do like having the number 3. But anyway, um, I am a chatterbait streamer primarily. I also talk shit on the internet. And I got into porn because I like talking about porn. I guess, like
I don't know, man.
that's how you do it, I guess. I like tea a lot. I play too much DDR and Tetris. So if you're listening to this and you're like, "Oh, I play Tetris," come find me and beat me in Tetris. I dare you. You can find all my good stuff, my links and stuff on. I just got a domain and it's totally nami3neko.com. So you can. It's like it redirects to my links and stuff. Yeah. My Discord is like my main place of interaction. It's way better than OnlyFans. A little silent diss to OnlyFans over here, but yeah. So yeah.
Alrighty, well, that was a very solid intro.
I was like,
I want to start off this conversation with how I start off every podcast episode, and that is, how did you get into the world of sex work?
oh boy. Oh, the age-old question. How did you get here?
What made you a
What
whore?
made me a dirty little slut?
The sound bites from this one are gonna be awful.
Oh boy. Yeah. Well, it was always just like, I don't know. I enjoyed watching porn and consuming it in different ways, and then so it was just kind of a natural turn of things. When you are an enthusiast of something, you get to be like, I wonder what it would be like if I did it. I'm kind of cute. And I'm a huge weeb and stuff, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
that one's fucking accurate.
I like talking about various porn related things. So it was the natural flow of things. I did have an ex though. Shout out to my ex for encouraging me. You know who you are. But yeah, no, I just I thought it would be fun to try out, and I tried it out. Um, First I started on Cam4 for a second, and then I actually moved to Chatterbait once I was like, Chatterbait's got way more traffic. So that was kind of like what drugged me there. And then after I like did it for a while, like 6 months to a year, I was like, wow, this is a lot of fun, and it's really fulfilling in different ways. And I've met like a tremendous amount of people through it,
Oh
and
yeah,
had
I've met
fucking
so many people in just the
yeah, awesome
5 months I've been
experiences.
doing this.
Yeah, and I mean that goes for like industry people and just like people on the internet. Like I'm already a degen basement dweller that got into the light, so you know, I can commune with people, with porn people online. But yeah, and then the industry people has also been super cool. So yeah, it's not really like nothing. It wasn't just like one day I woke up and I was like, oh yes, this is the day I will be a slut. But that would be fun. But I don't have that fun of an origin story. It's just like I like porn. I bet I could do it. Yeah, pretty much.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I took way too long to get into the industry
Yeah.
for knowing that I had always wanted to do it, but I grew up in Arkansas,
Mhm.
and it was just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and I'm just like,
Arkansas.
I grew up there, and everyone's like, that's the devil, or like there's
Oh
just no
yeah.
one doing it. There's no one like talking about it. It's not really prevalent. Being sexual isn't like
Yeah,
super chill and
it's
hip.
very taboo still in a lot of
Um,
ways.
so it's one of those things where it's just like I've wanted to do it since way before I was 18, but then I got to 18 and I was like,
Yeah.
I can
Well,
actually do this.
But we're gonna talk about that the
Yeah.
before time.
Yeah, I was like the before times, but like now I'm like, oh, I can actually do this. And then I still waited until I was 20 fucking 4 to be like, I might as well.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is like the finally traveling and stuff was what really made it possible because like there was no
Right.
chance of me going anywhere in Arkansas with it.
Not really, no.
No.
Not really. Yeah, for sure. But I mean, it's better late than never. I started when I was like pretty fresh 18,
Yeah.
pretty much. I started in April of 2018 when I was just 3 months into being 18, and it was good. It was good. Here I am now, fucking five. I'm almost. This is my anniversary is coming up, and it's gonna be 5 years. This is like insane to me. Every time I say it, I'm like, but did I just utter 5 years out of my mouth? Yes, 5 years.
That's how I feel whenever I say or talk about doing my stagehand stuff. I'm like, I've
Yeah.
been doing this for 5 years and I'm not dead. Can I please go do something different?
Right. It's just like as a young person, it's just anything that you've been doing that long. That's like a very large portion of our lives.
Yeah.
That we've been doing something. So it's
It's
just,
1/5
whoa.
of your life.
Yeah. I don't know, I've been thinking about it a lot lately, but I'm getting old in my back. But I'm staying young. I'm in it. And you guys can't get rid of me. Everybody's all like, "Oh wow, Nami, you're still here? Oh my god, I'm so happy." I'm like, "Where would I have gone?"
Where was I? I'm not gonna go work at Costco.
Like, is I supposed to just quit? Like, what? But what? I mean, I've been like very notoriously not super like schedule based, and I'm trying to get better at that. But at the same time, I don't like the biggest thing is I never want this sort of work to become boring, like not boring, but like uninteresting, unfulfilling for me.
Yeah.
Because when it becomes like that, you can't really do sex work anymore. Like it's not really good if you don't enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, then what are you doing? You're just, you're just gonna end up in a spiral, a bad spiral. You don't want that. But,
So you were talking about how you are wholeheartedly a nerd and a weeboo.
oh, wait.
Let's get into that a bit, because any, god damn it, anytime, anytime like, especially at conventions, you always have like your switch up with like Tetris or
Okay,
something like
that's
that.
a new thing.
Your Snapchats are always like you at like an arcade playing DDR or something even like nerdier. Like, has that always been like a thing, or have you kind of gotten into that at the same time as like
Oh
camming
no,
and
that's
whatnot?
always been a thing. I was like a big anime convention goer. I went to a lot of conventions like at like in my youth, I guess I could say. And so like when I started going to like porn conventions and stuff, it was just like, this is kind of like an anime convention, but not at all, not at all. But at the same time, like they can have a little crossover.
They're
Just
parallels.
just a little, it's like an enthusiast convention, Yeah, but no, that's definitely been an all my life thing. Anime conventions specifically just kind of like heightened that, and I started being able to like meet people and not be as shy anymore.
I wish
Feel
I
more
would have
social.
been able to go to more anime conventions growing up, but again, growing up in Arkansas, we had two, and one of them
Yeah.
was run by a known abuser of some sort.
Oh boy.
So like,
Love
all
that.
my friends were like, "We're not going to that one," and I'm like, "Okay, but it's the closest one." And they're like,
Yeah.
"Nope," and I'm like, "Okay, cool."
I mean, we don't have too many more here in Tennessee. Like, there's like, maybe like 4, 5-ish, but there's like 3 or 4 like largish ones, maybe 3, yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's just who I am. I was a kid of the internet.
Yeah,
So
fucking same.
grew up with it, and I mean, that was just kind of like what I did. I watch a lot less anime lately because I was just busy as fuck.
Because I was like, my biggest nerd thing is that I've been playing RuneScape since 2007.
Old school RuneScape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only one to play.
I was like, I got into RuneScape a little bit lately, like, but I wasn't playing old school.
No, I was like,
Everybody I tell that, they're like, you monster.
if you get into old school RuneScape, hit me up and we'll play.
Okay. I just don't. Honestly, I don't have a whole lot of like just time on my hands.
Me
like,
neither.
You know
I
what I
haven't
mean?
played in 3 months.
Yeah, but
I still actively have membership because I'm always gonna. There's no reason to, because when I'm
Yeah.
at, like if I'm at work and have lull time, I'll play it on my phone and just go do some wood cutting or mining or something for a couple of minutes and just get a little bit done. But it's just like, man,
RuneScape is very time consuming.
Oh,
too.
it's
so
the
grindy.
it's the largest grind you could possibly play in a game.
Grindy, yeah.
I've had my old school account since it came out, since old school was released in 2010. And I still don't have everything. I also did take a 4-year hiatus for college, which was a big thing because I just didn't have the ability or time.
Yeah.
But like, I've got a few 99s, but like, I'm not anywhere near as much as far as I would like to be in the game, which sucks because I love it, but it's like I don't have the fucking time to play.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how do you get time to do that? I barely have time to do like, I mean, like, but I say I don't have time, but at the same time, I am committed to being better at Tetris. And you mark my fucking words, I'm gonna be a grandmaster one day.
It's one of those things where it's like once I'm able to move into a house again and be like more stuck down and have time to play, and like once I have more of a follower base of people who want to actively see me do stuff, then yeah, I'm gonna hop on Twitch and play RuneScape for like a day or two a week.
Right.
And just grind that shit out.
Do you have a Twitch account?
Yeah. I've had a Twitch account for years. I tried streaming for a bit, but I was streaming RuneScape with no like followers or base behind it, and that's not a game that brings an influx of people looking for new people to watch.
Yeah, probably not.
It's not the game you play to be like, oh yeah, let's grow a follower count or get people to like notice this.
I mean, I guess if you had like a gimmick, if you did something interesting while playing RuneScape, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, but all the stuff I would do are Chatterbait streams, not Twitch streams.
Dude, well, like I was gonna say, like maybe you could play RuneScape on Chatterbait, you could get it approved, but
I would love to. I'm gonna email Jagex because I would love it. There's no reason they wouldn't do that.
Well, no, the thing is, because it's multiplayer and it has an open chat function, and I think that would be the major hang up. I don't think Chatterbait.
Turn off the chat.
Yeah, maybe, but I feel like Chatterbait would be like, I don't know. There's like people of all ages playing this video game, and it's multiplayer, so like, it's debatable. But maybe fucking League of Legends is on there.
Yeah.
So I mean, if League of Legends is on there, why can't RuneScape be?
Or just other games in general that aren't just straight porn games, because I would love to be on Chatterbait doing actual video games, but it's like there's so few of them on there. And you're never going to get a Nintendo game.
No, definitely not. But I will say that there is a lot more. I remember back in my day before they added that function to Chatterbait. No, like seriously though, like before they allowed video games at all, you could email Chatterbait and be like, hey, this is a screenshot from the developer giving me explicit permission to use this game, and I'm going to play it. And Chatterbait was fine with that. And then they added the function of actual games, which is way better than having to do it the old way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's come a ways. Honestly, like I mean you've been on Chatterbait for a long time, right? Just like you've seen the site.
Yeah.
It's grown a lot, especially lately. I feel like they've been adding more.
They've really been putting some effort in lately. Last, like, year or two.
Yeah.
To do a lot of stuff, which has been really nice. I've thankfully been privileged to know some of the people who are actively putting steps into doing that, and getting to like kind of talk to like the higher ups and being like hearing some of the things they're interested in doing, and I'm like, this would be cool, but also can I tell you some things that would be really dope, because that would be great. Like,
did you ever talk to that girl at AVN that was interviewing people, the tech girl? That she was real cute, innocent Asian?
Oh yeah, I was like the first person she talked to.
Nice, yeah. I was like,
it was so hard to talk to her, like not in a bad, like very thick accent in a very loud environment.
She was really quiet.
She was really quiet, and I was like,
I'm like, what?
I'm like, I'm so sorry. What did you say?
Yeah.
And then I'm just like in my stage persona, so I'm like yelling at her. I'm like, hey, so like it's really cool about this, but like I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and she was like the last person you'd expect to be a developer in Chatterbait. I was like, you work for the site? How long have you been working for her? She's like, oh yeah, 3 years. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But it was cool. Like I really am interested in talking to people that actually work on the site, not just like the representatives, but like the fucking people that work on the website.
Because like really it would be a game changer to small cameras everywhere if they added a host function.
Fucking hell yeah, dude.
That would be
so
huge.
good.
Like,
That'd be
there's so
so
many
good.
people, me especially, that would benefit greatly from someone being like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I'm getting off stream. All 10,000 of you people, go to this room."
Yeah, and it's just like a lot of people get lost in the algorithm. I mentioned it, the algorithm, but like seriously, people
And then there's just like
get lost
people
in
that are,
there.
you know, if you're like under 50 people on your page, like you're in the back pages. You're
Yeah,
going to be really hard to find
it's
unless you're
very
specifically looking for tags.
yeah, tags or like they come from other social media. I feel like I kind of got in at a good time, like when I first started streaming, because that was, like 4 years ago, and that was before the OnlyFans boom of
Yeah.
whenever that was.
Pandemic,
Yeah, it was like 2020, I guess.
2019.
Really?
It started really picking up
The
during.
boom, like oh, OnlyFans is the word on the mouth, word on the
So,
street, whatever.
so OnlyFans started really picking up in 2019-ish
Mm.
because I think that was Bella Delphine's bathwater thing.
Yeah, around that period of time.
I could be talking out of my ass on this, but I think it was that time. And then like it really started picking up, and that was also when they had the "Hey, we're gonna stop doing porn" debacle that everyone was like, "Oh, what do we do? What do we do?" And then they're like, "Oh,
Oh,
just kidding. We can't afford to lose you
oh, on
guys."
OnlyFans? Well, that happened like long, like it was about a year into OnlyFans being the word on the street before they were like the whole we're not gonna do porn thing.
But so like it started gaining traction, and then the pandemic hit, and
Yeah.
everyone shut down. Like, well, how do I make money? I was like, well, here's my pussy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
dudes were like,
Feel my titties. And then people were like advertising their OnlyFans on like their social media, and I'm like, guys, you shouldn't do that, but okay, whatever you want. Whatever you want. Your personal social media, okay, if you want. But anyway, I mean that's personal choice. But I was streaming in 2018 before the boom of OnlyFans and like just general more sex positivity and more like sex work being in like a public light. And so um it made it a lot easier for me to like get in there and be like I'm a person before everyone and their mother was doing it.
yeah.
And that's not an exaggeration.
That's-
Everybody's mom's doing it too.
Well, we have some people who are mother-daughter duos that are fun.
Yeah.
I know a few.
I know a couple. I don't know a couple off the top of my head.
I'm also working on talking my mom and not joining the site, but like
Yeah.
coming to a convention with me one time because I think that would be
cool.
hilarious.
That would be cool. I think Rose mentioned that her mom wanted to come to a convention. She's like, I don't know if you want to do that, Mom.
See, my mom would, because I would be hooking my mom up with like all of the male porn stars that are her age. I'd be like, Mom, this guy.
Hey,
Go
Mom.
get with this guy.
Hey, Mom, yeah, you know what? Evan Stone, come here.
Mom, help me out.
Yeah, hey, Mom, put in a good word for me. Everybody's like, oh yeah, you're blah blah blah's son.
But yeah, it's one of those things. One of the things that's really interesting to me is getting into the industry and being more like a part of it than just a consumer slash person who watches porn. It seems to have drastically changed in the last year, in my perspective, the how porn is viewed, but I don't know if that's so much a thing that is because I'm in the industry now and surrounded by people talking about it, or if it's actually happening in like mainstream life, which is something I'm really
I think a little bit of
interested
both.
about.
I think a little bit of both because like I mean, I definitely do a fair amount of separating my personal life from my like online life. Not entirely because a lot of my like pretty much all of my best friends also do content, porn and whatnot. You know, they're sex workers. But at the same time, like I'm out there.
We're just the easiest people to be friends with.
Yeah, but I'm out there in normal life talking to people about normal things, and I think that in general, like basically like social media, you can't get away from hearing about some kind of sex work on most all mainstream social media. So yeah, it's definitely changed, and like I mean, I talk mad shit about OnlyFans, haha, but at the same time, like that company being such a big boom has helped a lot of people to realize that like this is a big thing.
And then also
like,
the things that Free Speech Coalition and other like groups are doing.
Yeah.
There's also a big move to getting all of the testing sites that
Yeah.
that people use, like TTS, and I don't know the other ones, to like partner up with an actual like accountability partner company kind of thing.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly
Hmm.
what it is because I just saw it
Right. I hadn't heard about
recently, but it's like because like a lot of people aren't happy with a lot of the main testing services
Yeah.
because it's like,
They're really fucking expensive for one.
well, that part's not going to change a whole
I
lot.
know.
That's health care in general, but it's more so they're not doing steps to keep people accountable
Right.
or sharing information. So like
Yeah.
one group's data is completely separate from another person's group's data. So it's
Yeah.
like, what's the real rise of chlamydia in the industry, or like what are the real problems we're facing? Like, well, this company is saying one thing, this company is saying another, but
Right.
where's the
Yeah.
intersect?
And the thing is, like, with with sex work in general being such a taboo thing, there hasn't been a lot of like ability to even do that until really now, until the 2020s, you know? Like, I mean, it's the time that it can, like, sex work as a whole can be much more out in the open, and so we can we can actually achieve that sort of thing a lot easier than, you know, 30 years ago when nobody was talking about it. And so it wasn't a business, it's not an industry. And it's like, it's only a matter of time before all the major fucking like credit card companies and such don't have so much of a problem with sex work, and it'll be a lot
It'd
easier.
be great if
It'll
that
be
would
so much
happen
easier.
sooner than later.
It's gonna be a minute because there's all these fucking boomers in power, but you know, whatever. What is alright. It's alright. New
But
generations come about.
yeah, it's just really interesting to see all the things that have, um, I would say, drastically changed,
Yeah.
like very recently,
Yeah, very recently.
in terms of like all of this stuff. Cause like, and albeit a lot of my experience is again in Arkansas, where it's very like Bible, fuck you, you're going to hell kind of thing. But
Bible.
like even then, like I'll go back and like it's a much different experience now because I managed to get Tinder again. So like I can see all the people on there, but
This
like
man is tender.
but
Yes.
people, but like the women on Tinder now, like compared to when I used to be on it back when I
Oh,
was like 18 and 19,
right.
so much more
That's true.
like sluttier, like in a good way.
Mhm.
Like there's straight up just pictures. Like most of the time, like the first picture on a girl's thing is just like her lifting her shirt up, like a bra, or it's like all bikini pics, or
Right.
like a lot of the profiles are like a lot less like I'm just trying to find the right man, or just just hoping whatever comes my way is the right thing, and more like, yeah,
I'm
I'm
trying to
bored as fuck,
I'm
rail
trying to
me.
fuck.
Yeah, it's like I'm bored as hell, rail me, and I'm like, yay,
BTS.
I don't have to say it anymore.
Right. Well, I mean, also just with Tinder, it depends on where you go,
Yeah.
like where you're at for that. And I mean, in some ways, like there is a negative light in like dating sites and stuff like that with sex work because a lot of people are trying to just advertise their content and stuff on these dating sites. And like some people are trying to, use it for more than just content. And it's really annoying when you have a fucking million spam accounts that you have to go through.
Yeah.
They're all
Or
just
it's people that are like,
advertising.
hey, I'm a content creator too. Like, let's do stuff. And then, like, sometimes people will actually do it. And then they're like, oh, I'm not a content creator, but thanks for the hookup. Like,
Yeah.
because I've
I
heard of that
don't
happening a
I
couple of
don't know.
times. But it's annoying for me because, like, I mean, I don't go on Tinder being like, like, I don't go
Yeah,
exactly
you're not
doing that.
hunting them out.
But
Yeah.
like I put it on my profile. I'm like, hey, I am a sex worker and I'm definitely down to like collab if you're also interested in doing that.
Yeah.
But outside of that, it's like I just want to meet people. Like
Yeah.
I want friends that I can go be naked with. Like it doesn't have to be
Yeah.
sex work specifically, but
Yeah.
like I'm a nudist. I'm gonna be naked. Like, do you want to do that too? Like, let's go on
You
hikes.
cool with being naked? Cause I like being naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I say that, but I'm more in the you like being naked. I mean, I don't not like being naked, but I'm most comfortable. Like my prime comfort level is panties. Panties, and that's it. Maybe some socks, cause I do love me some long socks.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that about me.
Yeah. It's a
But
good look on you.
it's just that's my like supreme comfort. There's something about that little layer of fabric, panties, that is just like, all right, I don't have everything hanging out, but I have just enough hanging out, and so I feel hot. Like I personally prefer that when I'm like consuming. When I'm trying to jerk off, I'm like, yeah, going for that. Going for those teases, going for that, just panties, because it's like I want to see titties. I want to see titties.
I want to see something, but not everything.
Yeah, like make it a tease. That's gonna arouse me a lot more in the beginning than just like somebody completely just taking it all off and getting naked. And that's kind of like what I've catered my own content to
I was
be.
like, and that
I
is the
love
big difference between men and women in like a general sense, like to like very bare bones it.
Mhm.
Like you love the idea of being like teased or getting a thing, and I'm just like,
Give me the whole thing.
I'm like, I want to see it all.
Yeah, but I think it varies a lot because I've had a lot of people talk to me about like, oh yeah, I really like your style and stuff. And it's also my thing. Like to anybody listening, I have a rule on my Chatterbait stream.
Greatest rule rhyming scheme ever. It works so well for her.
Scheme. It's no vagine on public stream, so I don't take my panties off in like the public chat. You can see that stuff, but it's like either in videos or like private shows, customs,
Custard.
custards, custard. Fuck. I could really go for some quiche right about now. But yeah, so I have that rule in place, and so teasing is kind of my main thing. And also, I am, I'm like primarily dom. You wouldn't think it if you saw my
You
face,
wholeheartedly would not
but
imagine it, but this woman has no problem taking control, and I love it because I am like twice her
it's
height,
my thing.
and it's just hot. I
What
love
can I
it.
say? I like to treat a good boy right. But anyway, but I've really enjoyed teasing a lot since like becoming more and more dom over the years because who doesn't love to tease and edge somebody until they're drooling for you? I mean, come on. Come on. And then, they get rewarded at the end.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Oh my god, I hate brain farts.
Yep. You were like, I had it, and now it's gone.
So to
Like the wind.
to open up the conversation a little bit more, on your end, are there any topics you want to get into? Any questions for me? Any general ramblings you might have?
I don't know. I just live here. I just work here. I sort of sometimes, occasionally. Um, how does your family feel about you doing it? Like,
So
how much of your family know?
so I really only consider my family at this point in my life to be my mom, my sister, and my mom's mom, and grandpa, but he's got like 3 years max left, so it's like
Right.
we just
Yeah.
exist. We enjoy our time with him when we can.
Yeah.
But he also doesn't do a whole lot other than watch TV.
Yeah. It did be like that.
But it's like, so outside of that, like I don't consider anyone else to really be family at this point.
Yeah.
Because they're all
Okay, so
trash.
yeah, that's fair. The people that you do consider family, like, do they all know and everything?
So my mom and sister wholeheartedly know. I mean, they've known I've been a horse for fucking years because I've slept with all of my sister's best friends.
Oh my god. He does have "ho" tattooed on his stomach.
And I have the word "sorry, mom" tattooed on my ass.
Yeah. His prized possession tattoo.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that skin grafted when I die and give it to my
What the
sister.
fuck?
Maybe. I don't know. That'd be fun.
Here, have this piece of my skin.
That's my ass.
And you're my ass skin. Here you go. Happy birthday.
Maybe auction it off to pay for funeral rights.
Hey, if you get really famous, totally.
Yeah. But so like they've always been knowing about my like sexcapades and whatnot, but like once my mom got divorced from my dad, she started to really open up more sexually in a sense, which is really really funny to be there for as a 22-year-old adult who has already been like a fucking hoe, and now like I hear about some of the stuff she's doing, and I'm like, Mom, wow,
Damn.
no wonder I'm your son. And I'm like, oh my god.
Maybe you need to hook me up with your mom, dude.
Like she is currently, I think she just got home from a fucking swingers party
Bro.
somewhere.
You're gonna have to show me a picture of mom. Come on. Find me a picture of mom. Come on.
Fine.
Yes,
But
yeah, definitely.
but so she just got back from that, and um, she's always like so adverse to talking about it with me because it's like,
Because
I'm her son, I'm her
yeah,
baby boy, and I get it, but it's like
but you're all adults.
yeah, we're adults now, and she's like a friend to me more so than like a
Right.
parental figure at this point.
I mean, that's good. I think that is really necessary.
Yeah.
And especially just like doing this kind of work, but it's so nice to be able to open up to people that know you, have known you all your life, about like what your life is like now.
Yeah. Cause like one of my things I really once if I can get this podcast going to a point to where like I would have more people listening to it, I'm going to get my mom and my sister on the podcast to talk about it.
Oh yeah.
But I don't want to do it like now because then
Yeah.
it's like those videos will just get
Be established
disappeared.
and then be like, next week, my mother and my sister on this podcast.
But she also doesn't take good pictures of herself.
Okay, well just give me just something, just a
I'm
general.
fucking trying, but she
general-
uses filters for
Oh
fucking everything.
God, his mom uses filters. I will say filters are a bit of a pet peeve of mine, especially if I'm like browsing Tinder, because most of the time I'm just like looking at girls on Tinder. Occasionally I'll open it up to dudes, but wait, which one is your mom?
The
Left
one
one?
that looks like a
The-
mom.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's two of
One's
them that
my
look like mom.
sister, one's my grandma, and one's
Okay,
my
so
niece.
it's interesting because like all these ladies have a very similar face, and you don't look anything like them.
No. I have my dad's facial features.
Your mom's kind of cute. I'd bang your mom. Please. Yeah.
It's this one, by the way.
Yeah. No, I realized that when you said my grandma, I was like, okay, so that's definitely not his mom. I don't know how old your parents are.
Yeah, I forget about that. Some people have like 70-year-old parents at our age, and some people
No,
have
really,
like
yeah.
35-year-old parents at our age.
Well, I don't know about that, but I mean, I don't think.
I mean, so I'm 25. Okay, 40-year-old parents at our age.
40-year-old, yeah.
That's 15.
My mom's 43, I think. So like, she's not that old.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I think she's 43. Yeah.
My mom's just turned 50.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really interesting because, like I said, she'll, like I always tell the story. Like I came back from I think like college one day, and she had done like a weekend trip, and we got lunch or something. And she's like, "You'll never guess what I did," and I was like, "Oh, what'd you do?
What did you do, Mom?
Did you go
What
to
did
bingo
you
or
do?
something, or like
Yeah.
did you just have a nice night out?" She goes, "No, I went to a red room," and I was like, "Do you know what that is?" And she's like, "I don't remember the details too much. I was a little drunk, but my ass sure remembers." And I was like, "Mom!"
Oh my God.
Um.
My ass sure remembers. You're goddamn right.
So she pretty much just went to a BDSM dungeon for like a weekend, and it was hilarious to hear it from her.
I hope I aspired to be like that. I mean, I've often really thought about like, I mean, it's hard to not think about, oh, what'll I be like when I get old? But like, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be porn mom.
I'm gonna be porn mom.
But without a child, cause I'm good on the chillins. I'm solid on that. What do you think? Are you a person that's like, I'm definitely gonna have kids?
Oh, I definitely want kids.
Okay,
Yeah. I just have very specific parameters set in place. Like I don't want to have kids until I'm at least 30 and making $100,000 a year.
Okay. Fair enough.
Because
that's probably a good idea.
One, I feel like that's the amount of money you really need to be able to give kids a solid life that I want to give.
Yeah, you should be able to. I mean, not granted, like you can make whatever work, but yeah, you don't want to be.
I grew up not, I wouldn't say poor, but on the edge.
Yeah.
Like we could afford our bills and all that stuff, but we never took vacations. Although I do think most of that was just my dad not being a get out and do stuff person.
Right.
But like I didn't have a whole, like wasn't able to just get whatever I wanted but I did have a car as soon as I turned 16. But that was also because, we're fucking redneck, so everyone has some beater car that you can get for like $150 and fix up. So like I had those.
Was it a truck or was it a car?
No, my first car was a Oldsmobile Cutlass.
Oh, nice.
1994.
Oh, nice.
Owned by my great grandmother, and it only had 50,000 miles on it. But
It only had 50,000 miles on it? Jesus.
she never used the thing.
That's
She was
great.
99.
That is excellent.
She was in her 80s when she bought it, I think.
Was that car like what happened to the car?
It technically blew up on me.
Oh, really?
It didn't have an RPM dial on it, so I didn't realize I was over revving it every time I'd like start up and stop, and I was a dumb 16-year-old. So I also never changed the oil on it because I just didn't know. And I blew a piston in the motor.
Oof. Big oof.
Yeah, so that was a fun day.
Yeah, my van was my first vehicle that I really had. I drove before then, but I didn't like own a vehicle myself. And I got my van. I have a currently it still runs and everything. It's a 2002 Dodge Ram, big old conversion van. It's a big boy. It's a V8. But I got it with 85,000 miles. Yeah, 85,000. And I mean that was pretty good, I was like, oh hell yeah. I got it for like $2,000 too. So like I've always really liked my van. But that's the thing about like having old vehicles like that. You're gonna have to spend a lot of money fixing them up, various things, and I have spent a lot of money fixing it up.
That's why I'm glad I have my Subaru.
Subaru.
Bought it at 90,000 miles.
Subaru.
Exactly. But like I live out of it wholeheartedly. They're easy to fix. The thing will run forever.
Yeah.
And it's got so many features in it. It's just like I don't feel bad about it at all.
Yeah. Do you have it paid off?
No.
Okay.
That part sucks.
Yeah.
But it's cheaper than rent.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I know. I got my van thinking like, oh yeah, I'm obviously get a van, live in my van, but life had other plans for me. It's okay though. I still love it. Yeah, I have like a little car as well, but it just got fucking bumped in the ass, so now I gotta insurance and stuff. Adult things, Adult thing.
So with getting back into the world of sex work a little bit. So you've been streaming for
a minute.
Going on 5 years now.
Yeah, a minute.
Is it now when you say going on 5 years, is that starting your 5th year or finishing your 5th year?
I'm starting yes. So like at April it will be 5 years.
Fully completed.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That part always confuses me a little bit.
That's fair. Yeah.
But with that, did you start off pretty strong streaming, or has it been like a slow build to where you are now, or is it like how's that kind of gone for you?
Right. So I mean, I feel like in the beginning, it was booming. I will say, like, well, not at first because I started on a site. I don't know if you've ever been on Cam4, but like they're
I've
fine.
only ever looked at my free cams and
right.
Chatterbait, and
they're
my
not
free cams is
they're
not my favorite.
Well, they also don't allow men at all. So and their site looks like it's from
forever ago.
Yeah, the boomer days of the internet. But Cam4 is not a bad site. There's nothing wrong with it. And I actually really liked a lot of their integrations. However, they lacked a lot of traffic. Like Chatterbait's traffic is like 30 times better.
During the pandemic, they were the third most visited site in the world for like
Chatterbait?
Yeah.
Nice.
For like a month.
Go CB. But so I started on there, and you could say I started slow because I mean, like it was just a site with not a lot of traffic, but I thought I did pretty okay. And I was like I was young, I didn't have a lot of bills too, so that worked really in my favor. I didn't have all the financial responsibility I do now, but so it started like fine, but then I got on Chatterbait and I just like immediately saw like the increase, and I was like, oh, I'm staying on here. And it was also just like a nicer vibe because it's such a big site, it attracts so many different kinds of people, and it attracts a lot of like people that like are interesting to me, like fucking weebs and shit, nerdy fellas and ladies. So I stayed there, but yeah. So at first, starting on Chatterbait, it was definitely like it popped off pretty good when I had the new tag.
Yeah.
The
The
fabled,
infamous.
the fabled new tag.
Both my attempts at the new tag were so bad.
Oh, it's hard being a guy.
Yeah.
But anyway, so like in that first like few weeks of me starting, oh yeah, I went off like really good. I had a lot of people in the room and everything. And then like I would say that only lasted for a few weeks though. And then after that, it was a slow build. It was very slow build. And so like people trying to get into the biz and all that, like don't worry about the slow build. You gotta just stick with it.
It's because
You can't
also
just give up.
you're gonna get like really good breaks and whatnot. Because like
Yeah.
we streamed together yesterday, and that was probably the single best night for me in general on my stream. Like I gained I think 150 followers in one night, and then we got
Yeah.
246 tokens on my account.
Yeah.
Um, which are both the single most I've ever done in a night.
Hell yeah.
And I was just the backup stream. Like
Yeah,
it was
no,
it
for
was
sure.
great.
That was good. And I mean like it also helps like having been doing it for so long me. Um I've accrued a lot of people that just enjoy watching me and so they
Yeah.
stick around. And I mean it's really important to just do what you love, be yourself to the degree that you want to be, but ultimately just make sure you're enjoying it because people know that you're enjoying it if you are. And if you're not,
They
they
also know that.
definitely know
Yeah.
that you're not. So just like there's no point in doing
Well,
something you don't enjoy.
because also with building it up for you, like building up your thing, like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like, you might have, I wouldn't say you had an easier time, but it's like,
Easier than who?
just in
Like
like
you?
general,
Or
well,
like,
for me and me is a
well,
different story because I'm
obviously
a dude,
you.
but like in general, easier time building it up because you have some very fetishizable
Oh yeah.
traits
Oh
that
yeah.
help.
Yeah, yeah.
In the sense of like you're a very
I'm short and
petite
cute. Yeah.
woman who
Yeah.
has a baby face and
Yeah.
also does a lot with Japanese or like anime culture.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like that's a really strong
Yes. I will
group of
say,
people that
yeah.
will stay with you because it's not
I've definitely
a
had
lot out there.
advantages for that with just like keeping friends around and stuff. But at the same time, I brought that up because like there are those that slow build even for me. Even though I did have that advantage, like there was times when I had 50 people in my room and that was consistently 50 people in my room and then eventually ramped up to 100 and then it went from there.
Because like also with that, like the room count to me the room count isn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
And it's like once you
Right.
have people for sure it doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
at my stage it's like I need more traffic. But
Yeah.
in general, like the difference between like you at this point of 50, I'll give it like 100-person room count and 1,000-person room count can honestly be the same. Like
It
there's no
can.
difference because you can
It
have the same amount of
can.
like
Yeah, it's not
money coming
all about
in
that.
and conversation. Like
Yeah, the
the same people
conversation.
talking and whatnot.
Yeah.
It really just depends on who you end up like who end up who ends up finding you
Right.
and liking it and like staying with you and
And staying
whatnot.
around. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And that is one of the things that it really helps like doing it for so long is you're just going to find people that just want to continue hanging out. And I have a lot of people that are straight up just like I keep you on the third tab and I don't even watch you, but I listen to you, like, and that's fine. I'm cool
Because
with that.
that almost exactly that is how I used to be all the way up until I got into the industry
Yeah.
actively. Because I used to, whenever I lived in an apartment, I had I had a really nice like gaming computer set up,
Mhm.
but I used a laptop because I didn't have money for a gaming computer. But so I had three screens. I had one screen that was the game that I was playing.
Yeah.
One screen was a Netflix movie, or just Netflix in general, and then the other screen was Chatterbait. So
Yeah.
it's like, cause I'm ADHD as fuck, I have to be hyperstimulated. So I'd be playing RuneScape, watching a movie, and then have someone else on the
Yeah.
Chatterbait thing. But I was also very much just a lurker. Like I never like
Yeah.
talked in
That's
chat. I
completely
didn't do a whole lot because it was just
normal.
like
Yeah.
I don't have the brain power to talk in chat. Also,
Right. Yeah.
it's for me it was weird because I didn't actually know them.
Yeah.
And that just felt weird to me to talk to them
I see.
because to me Chatterbait was like watching a show or watching
Exactly,
Netflix.
yeah.
It's like I'm not gonna. There's not a chat in my Netflix to be like, yeah, dude, that episode of Witcher was fucking lame or whatever.
Yeah.
But like once I got into the industry and actively met people in person, now it's completely changed
Yeah.
how I do like chat a bit. Cause like I'll just go into people's chats and like throw 30 tokens and I'm like, hey, I love you. Have fun.
Bye. Yeah, I know.
That's
Yeah,
it.
I feel
Or like
that.
I'll get in and like actively chat and like, cause it's also different to me because now they know my face to the name. I'm not just Twisted Taffy. I'm, the face to the person, and they're like,
Right.
and
That's
if they're like,
important.
oh my God, Taffy, I love you, and I'm like, they actually know me, yay.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't mind being just like a faceless person on the internet to chat rooms and stuff. I actually always I really liked chat rooms, like just like normal chat rooms and stuff. And so that's like another thing that just drove me to doing streaming as opposed to like content, because I really don't do that much content. I am mostly a streamer. I enjoy streaming much more than content creation. And that's just, do what you love, and that's what I do. But I do some content. I'm trying to kind of like task myself with doing more this year. This is my fucking year, guys. This is the year of the rabbit. I am a rabbit. We going. We doing this. Um, but that just reminded me randomly though. Have you like? Did you ever watch anime like unofficially, I guess, off of like just random websites and stuff, or did you always like go for a streaming service? Like when we were watching anime, like
Are you talking about like pirating?
yeah,
Yeah, I
like
pirate the fuck
streaming.
out of the
Okay,
shit.
okay, but
Yeah.
you know how there's
Because you know
like
how hard it is to
oh
find dubbed anime on a streaming service that isn't
it's fair, but
Crunchyroll?
I don't know, I don't know your level of weebness, I guess. But yes, obviously. But do you remember like I feel like they still exist
I used to
on
use the dark web.
I feel like they still exist on like various like streaming
Oh yeah,
streaming websites,
there's
but
quite a few.
no, specifically I'm talking about the little chats, on those various websites
Oh,
that
I
are
never
just
did that much.
random like little anime chats over to the side. I was like, do people talk in those?
It's
They
like
exist, so they have
it's like
to.
going on Pornhub and reading the chats in there sometimes, and people are like they'll give like a detailed synopsis of the thing,
Oh,
and
like
I'm like, what the
the
fuck is going on?
comments.
Yeah, the comment
Oh,
section.
I was totally. I made a Pornhub account just to comment. I was that
But there's
guy.
there's also on Pornhub you can totally find other like so it's really dumb, but it's funny. So like you can go on Pornhub and like some people will put other people's like Twitch streams on Pornhub.
What?
I don't know if this is still a
What?
thing because it's because of the whole like verified user
Yeah.
situation. But previously, like I watch a couple of RuneScape streamers on Twitch,
Yeah.
and one of them's name is Mr. Mammal, and he has a really big forehead. And in the game, there are characters that are called hill giants, and everyone says he looks like a hill giant. Um, and like one of the like on Pornhub, if you went on Pornhub and typed in dumb redhead
Oh, yeah.
gets destroyed by giant meaty worm or something like that, it'll
Yeah.
pull up like a couple of his streams and you can watch them on there.
Right. Fucking clickbait shit.
But
Yeah.
also on Pornhub, I used to be able to watch a couple of full-length Broadway plays on there too. Like you could watch My
Oh.
Fair Lady and like
Right. No, they
like a couple
definitely
of
don't
others.
allow that anymore because of the verified user thing. The purge of Pornhub of whatever the fuck that was.
But those were the good old days when you could find some like wild shit and you go
Bro,
in the
yeah.
comments on those and like there wasn't even porn on this. And
What is this?
I'm like, oh yeah, no
Yeah.
shit.
Belle Delphine did that for a bit too. She was like super clickbaiting. It was pretty fucking funny. I
Oh my god, I hated so
yeah.
when it comes to that kind of stuff, I hate when people don't advertise or like say that they don't
Uh-huh.
do anything like if it's just lewds or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
generic stuff and like
Yeah.
if it's not blatantly stated, I feel like that's the biggest dick move you
Mm.
can do.
It is a dick move.
Because like I'm not hating on the fact that you can Like,
Yeah.
if you want to do lewds and whatnot, that's fine.
I
But
just
when
want
you're,
to know.
yeah, it's like
Just
if
tell me.
you're posting, if you're doing a service like OnlyFans or Fansly where it's generically
Yes.
sexual in nature,
Yes.
and you come on with like full on bra and underwear that doesn't even like show some nipple or like anything
Yeah,
sexy,
and that's it.
and it's like $15
Yeah.
to subscribe because you have a name for yourself, but you don't say anything. It's like, oh, these are lewds only, or like,
Yeah,
or
for
they,
sure.
or sometimes they'll hint like
Maybe.
sexy stuff might come later,
Ha ha ha.
but I'm just like,
Wins later, bitch. Wins later.
I'm like, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Because like
I feel that.
that's just like such a strong attempt at people's money for like,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
No, definitely. It is a dick move for the viewer, and I think a lot of the time people like, unfortunately, a lot of sex workers and stuff, or not sex workers, just like people that are banking off of their bodies, like they don't really always have respect for the people actually consuming your content. And I don't know how you can not have like some sort of like, envisionment in your mind, like, okay, these kind of people, or these people in general, they watch me, and they're actual humans. They're not
Yeah.
just fucking, mindless individuals. Like they have feelings too. Everybody's got feelings too, even porn addicts have, even those filthy fucking gooners. Nah, I'm just talking shit. I love you, gooners.
Well, because like the biggest example I have is the one that like really fucked over a lot of people in the porn industry because of it.
Oh, that fucking what's her face?
Yeah, Bella Thorne.
Bella Thorne, yeah.
I was trying to think of the name. I was about to look it up, but I just remembered
Did
it.
she not do porn? What did she do?
No, she literally
She just like made an OnlyFans, right?
Yeah, she made an OnlyFans, and like it blew up because it was like, oh, this girl's doing it finally, hell yeah. And then like,
oh,
like it was like
she's hot.
$25 to like subscribe, but it was just her and like some basic Victoria's Secret, like not even lingerie, just like underwear.
Yeah.
And like mirror pics and like nothing like impressive from what I understand. I didn't buy it, so I don't know. I didn't care. But like because of that, so many people were like, what the fuck is this? And asked for their money back.
Oh yeah.
That it like,
oh yeah.
OnlyFans couldn't afford to pay out other followers because it was such a significant portion of the income of that specific time period.
That's crazy to
that
think
they couldn't
about.
do anything. They also had to change their rules on how stuff worked. So it changed from being able to like pull out, I think, anytime you wanted to like every 2 weeks or something like that.
Interesting.
Or something along those lines. She also like really just hurt the name of
Oh yeah, for
sex
sure.
work and OnlyFans as a whole. But I haven't kept up with that situation. I think she directs porn now.
It was a little bit ago that happened, but I do.
A while ago, but like it was the biggest example that like really was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I didn't really like keep up with that sort of thing all that much, but like, yeah, that's fucked, dude. Yeah.
So to get into towards sort of the end of the podcast, back to Chatterbaits.
CB. Represent.
I talk a lot because we both like the site. We love it.
I mean, we wouldn't know each other if it wasn't for the site.
Literally that, or really have me not as much as you, have a career if it wasn't for it.
Oh yeah,
either.
no, 100%. Like I do full time. I mean, like I don't only do Chatterbait. Like a lot of my income comes from other things, but like Chatterbait is my primary source of income, and I literally support my whole family with it. So, it's yeah, I'm really
Which is
thankful.
fucking impressive.
I'm really thankful for like the opportunities, and more than anything, it's not even about the fucking website. That's just a tool. But like the fucking people, you guys, the fucking fat boys, you know who you are, because I know you're gonna be watching this. So these people fucking supported me, and like financially and just in other ways too, and they're just my fucking friends. And yeah, not to get sappy, but it's good.
But so with that, like, so we've technically done 2 streams together.
Yes.
And we've done sexy stuff 3 times at this point.
Yeah. I'm banging this dude. I was like, come here.
That was
Sort
that was a
of.
great day. That
It was a
was
good old day. It was
such
a
a
good old
fun day. We
day.
went on like a cute little like get to know each other
Right,
date.
we did. All right, yeah.
But so like
Yeah, I wasn't just like, get over here. Get over here.
no, Ivy was like, hey, you guys should like go out and do something, and
Right.
I was like, okay.
Ivy actually, like, I don't know, Ivy, if you're listening to this, I don't think it's that like personal, but Ivy was like, yeah, I invited him over for you. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, she told me that too.
Ivy.
But
Cause I was like,
so with that, like, what are your opinions on like how I've not performed, but like in general, like me as a streamer
you as a streamer? Well,
and sex wise as well. I
so
love
like,
talking about like how it is having sex with other people.
right. Well, so like streaming specifically, I was actually just talking about you last night. It's my partner, and like you have a good streaming ethic, and I throw around that term a lot because like the streaming ethic, because it is a big thing. Like different people stream differently,
Yeah.
and some people, I mean, everyone's gonna do it in their own way, and I'm not trying to talk shit about any way people do it, but you're very interactive. You're very like you don't take anything too seriously.
I
And
take nothing seriously,
right, but
which
in
is sometimes a
general,
problem.
yeah, I know, I'm gonna have to shut you up, put something in your mouth. Um, but no, like a lot of times people just take themselves too seriously, and I think they get burnt out really quick because they aren't showing the viewers and stuff themselves. It's just not like just
Well,
you as a
because
person, and you do that, and I think that's very positive, a very positive point.
also I think one of my biggest thing is I try to make it more so in a sense, quote unquote, viewer first
Yeah,
situation. Like
yeah.
I'm not here to just be sexy, do it on stream. I'm here to like talk to people, hang out,
Mhm.
have fun, show you what you want to see at some point
Yeah.
and whatnot. But it's like I'm not here to just get on stream and be a sexy body, not interacting with
Right.
people,
And that's
doing
just like
nothing.
also counterintuitive. Like people could just fucking watch porn. Like,
Yeah. I don't know. There's some people that do really fucking well that have like almost zero interaction with the
Well,
chat.
yes. Yes. I mean, exactly. It's one of those things, streaming ethic, and you're going to do it however you want to do it.
Yeah.
And some people prefer it that way.
Yeah.
Some people prefer to put on a show.
And some viewers also just like not having to like.
Oh yeah, not interact. Yeah. That's honestly very true because there's, like we were just saying earlier, there's plenty of lurkers and it's totally cool to do that. It's fine.
Yeah.
Everyone works a little differently, but for me personally, like I think it's very difficult for me to work with people and stream with people that like are sexy serious all the time, personally, because that's not how I stream. That's
Yeah.
not my streaming ethic. So like if you were a person that just was more along those lines, it would be a lot harder for me to feel comfortable.
See, because like I don't even know how to try to be that kind of person because one,
Neither do I.
I've just never taken sex seriously in a
Yeah.
tonal sense, I think.
Right.
Like sex is very much like a serious thing. I say as if I wouldn't fuck almost anyone I've ever met. But like it's like I just want to be goofy. I want to have fun.
Yeah.
Like my motto is literally working on becoming the funniest man in porn.
Nice.
Like some of my best accomplishments are that I've gotten people to snort themselves off of my penis in the middle of having sex with them because
Hell
I
yeah.
said something too fucking funny. So it's like I'm definitely in the same boat where it's like I don't think I've ever been put in that situation where it's like that because I'm still meeting a lot of people and
Right.
whatnot. But like everyone that I've met that I have either worked with or want to work with are people that are like, yeah, I don't really care all that much. Like let's talk. Like my thing is like one, when it comes to sex, I'm not a dirty talker.
Yeah.
It's so weird to me in a sense. Like if I'm really in a specific like situation, then sure. But
Right.
otherwise, like my go-to is just to have conversations. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm just fucking railing somebody and I'm like, so how was your day? How are you feeling right now? They're like, I'm not really can't focus right now.
Brain no work. Brain no work.
Yeah. But so yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I'm trying to focus on being viewer oriented
Yes.
in a sense.
Good.
Um, but then in like the sex world, like the purely sex situation, I think my my biggest thing to come over, and this is the same with so many other people, is just my generic body dysmorphia that I have,
Mm.
which is really fucking annoying because mine is only in my face.
Hmm.
I think I have a rocking body. I have a very solid penis, as Rose put it, a boyfriend penis, which people seem to agree with on stream, which
They're
is
like,
funny.
yep, definitely boyfriend penis. Yeah.
But like, so like, I don't have a problem with like my body,
Yeah.
but whenever I see my face on
Mm.
things, I'm like, oh, that's gross.
Mm. Wow.
Mostly it's specifically focused on my nose.
Mm.
But that's one of those things that I'm like finally starting to overcome.
Yeah.
It's been a really big ego boost going to these conventions and having like hustler cover girls and like mainstream porn actresses be like, "You're cute. Let's do something together." Like seek me out first, and I'm like, "No, I'm not. What are you talking about? What?" And they're like, let's do it." And I'm like, "Am I Mom, am I cute?"
I mean, you have like main character energy, I guess.
Yeah, that
You
was
know?
very true.
Yeah, like I could pick you out in a crowd, you know. I
Which
mean,
is it's a little bit of an off thing with that. It's funny because I've always been able to disappear into a crowd very easily too. It's like
you
like
just
I'm
turn it off. Just turn it off.
well, I can't turn it off because during the pandemic,
Yeah.
when we had to wear masks all the time, and it would be winter and I'm wearing a coat and a hat and a mask and all the bundled up stuff, and my hair wasn't visible. The hair is a very easy thing to notice for me.
Yeah.
But like people would still recognize me in a crowd. Like
Interesting.
back home, people would be like, "Taffy, what are you doing?" And I'm like,
You weren't supposed to know it was me. I was
like,
hiding.
yeah, I'm like, how the
Trying to be
fuck do you
ninja.
know it's me? And they're like,
Ninja.
I just know.
I just know.
And it happens so many times. But also like previously to that, like if I'm at like a music festival or
Yeah.
like a Walmart or something with like a sizable crowd, like I just don't want to be around the people that I'm around.
Right.
I'm like, I just turn my volume down and then just start walking because I walk silently. So
Yeah.
it's like just weave into a pattern, like a crowd, and I'm gone. Like people are like, "Where the fuck did you go? We're
Nice.
worried." And I'm like, I am on the other side of the venue. They're like, "It's been 2 minutes. It takes a 6-minute walk." I'm like, not for me. But so that was a really weird tangent. But like, yeah, I definitely agree that I have main character energy. But it's just because I'm so genuinely curious about everything most of the time.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like there's no reason for me not to like go seek out the thing to do. I also I'm an extrovert, tried and true. I get my most amount of energy from being around people.
Yeah.
Like my favorite thing to do is like on the weekend just go out to bars. And I don't drink. I'm a sober person.
Yeah.
It's the only place where you can be around people.
Yeah.
Which sucks. I wish there were different.
It does suck.
I wish there were different things for it.
Yeah.
Like you can't go to a library and like meet people.
Yeah.
You can't.
Like there's so much social interaction around drinking, and it's like maybe I don't want to drink. Maybe I just want to chill.
Well, because my other thing is like there are places if you want to find your niche of people. Like you can go to a skate park if you want to meet skaters. You can go to a gym if you want to find workout people. But there's like nothing nighttime.
Yeah, yeah. I have taken a lot of solace in going to arcades lately, but that's another niche thing. It's like that's where I go and I end up meeting a lot of people there. But if you don't play games, you know, I mean, me specifically like rhythm games, but
at a bar, everyone goes to a bar for the most part.
Everybody just goes.
About 80% of like the type of people go to bars.
Right.
And you can usually meet some really interesting people.
Yeah.
Like it's like, you know, I've been to bars and I met a pharmacist or I meet doctors and then I meet, you know, people who have murdered people. And I'm like,
yeah, you meet anybody.
It's like, okay, cool. But like, you're not going to meet well, that's not true. You can meet a murderer anyway. You're not going to meet a fucking construction worker at the library on a Monday.
Right.
Or something. I don't fucking know. Bad example. But.
Well, just like, places that are conducive to like also conversation. And like, I mean, it being around alcohol, it's just like alcohol tends to loosen you up. But that shouldn't be the only place that you can go to just like be around just people.
Because it also feels weird because like not so much bars, but more so like club
Yeah.
type things, like going to a Western club, like a country Western club, or like a gay bar or a gay club,
Yeah.
where it's like there's also dancing involved.
Yeah.
It also just feels like I'm intruding on their space if I don't buy a drink,
Hmm.
in a sense.
I guess that makes sense. Well, I mean, if you pay a cover, then you pay a cover.
Yeah, which those ones I don't feel too bad, but it's also just like they're always coming around like, hey, do you want a drink? Do you want to, like, the bartender's like, do you need a drink? Like there are some places, like if you go to a what's the fucking name? Um, God damn it, it's a country bar. It's in every major fucking city.
Oh, I don't know.
Girls dance on the table.
Girls Dance on the Table?
Yeah.
Twin Peaks?
No,
Hooters?
not Twin Peaks. Those are food places. Those are also great. But Coyote Ugly. If you go to a
Oh.
Coyote Ugly, like there are some um that I've been to that you pay the cover and then they're like, we have a two drink minimum, and I'm
What?
like, but I don't drink alcohol, and they're like, gotta get two drinks, and I'm like, can I just give you the money that two cheap drinks would be and just call it good? And they're like, no, we gotta sell you the drink, and I'm like,
Fucking
okay.
bitch.
So I bought two shitty beers and threw them in the trash right next to her, and she's like, what? Why'd you do that? And I'm like, I just said I don't fucking drink.
Yeah, give me a break, man.
But
That sucks.
those are annoying examples. But um, opening it up to you one more time, is there any
Um, not
questions, things you want to?
not specifically. I feel like we've been at it for a minute, right?
Yeah, we're right at about an hour.
Cool, cool. I had a good question earlier and I completely lost it. But
I hate when that happens. It
yeah,
happens
yeah.
so often
And the
because you'll
thing
get on
is,
like
it's
a
like
different tangent.
right, you don't want to like branch off too much. You kind of want to like stay with this conversation flow, but then you like I forget things all the time. I've been trying to stay organized.
That's why I try to get like a notes app open and like type stuff when I
Yeah.
can, but then it just like doesn't happen, and I'm like, fuck. Well then, so one thing I'm curious about then, because a lot of the people I've had on my podcast are not people I have actively had sex with, albeit that has changed recently now that I usually do a podcast with someone that I've streamed with.
Right.
But I'm always just curious, like, I just want to know what it's like having sex with me. If there's if there's
This fucking guy.
if there's anything I can do to improve what it's fun, because like I think it's just a fun question to know, and I don't think it's something people ask very often.
Yeah, you're right. They don't. You need a synopsis of like, so how was that?
What's my rating system? Because like you can get dick ratings at any point, but
Right.
not often can you get a sex rating.
Well, last night on stream we didn't actually like fuck. We just did oral things. And I mean, I thought it was a really fun time, and last night was also the first time I've streamed with a guy in like a very long time
On
on
your
my
account
account.
specifically.
On my account, like there wasn't a threesome.
Yeah.
There wasn't a threesome. It's been
Because that was also me the other time.
yeah, exactly. So I'm still like getting back into things, and it was a very positive point, and it's gonna help me to like mentally be able to like go into other situations and feel comfortable. Cause I'm just like I mean I'm comfortable with my sexuality, but I'm also at the same time like I'm just a shy little bitch sometimes. I'm getting better at it though. I'm getting better. I'm trying. I got a bed frame, guys. I'm fucking ready to fuck bitches. Like
A whole woman now. She has a bed
I'm
frame.
a fucking bed frame. I'm a bed frame. I'm training people to it. Anyway, I don't know if I could give you any like improvement tips because I mean like I think it was fun and it all just kind of flowed in like just streaming last night flowed into what it needed to be, and it was like you had a good balance of like interaction with chat but also staying in the moment, which I think is an important thing because
Although during the ticket show, it was kind of hard to interact with chat because my face was nowhere near
I tried to read
the
as much
screen.
as I could.
I know. I was like, I can't see anything. I tried to look it up once, and I was like, what the?
I was
can't
like,
see
yeah,
any of
they're
this.
complimenting your dick. And he's like, oh, yeah, thanks.
Because like, it's one of those things. I like to think that I'm not anywhere by far the best at sex, nowhere near that. But I think I am really good at it. I take time to like, I try to listen to my partner sometimes communication is not at the level it needs to be sometimes, but like in the sex world, that's generally very different. But like
You hope so, yeah.
yeah, I've taken time to, read books on sex, sexuality, other stuff. I've been watching porn since I was 8, which isn't good sex ed, but for angles and getting into porn, it's a really good learner.
I suppose so.
I've also just been with a fuck ton of people, so like I've learned over experiences with different people and different types
Yeah,
that
that'll help a lot.
I
for sure.
know like what's right, what's good, what
Yeah.
like is specific to an individual person versus what generally works
Yeah.
all around.
Right.
Like a fist in the ass. No. Just
Yeah,
always feels
probably
good.
don't just fist people right off the bat. Hi, nice to meet you. Would you like my fist in your ass?
How about 2? I've got both hands
I've
still.
got 2 hands.
But so with that, it's just like it's like one of those things where it's like I like to ask because sometimes someone has an insight
Yeah.
that's like really good to know or whatnot. Plus, I feel like it might just help people listening to kind of like hear what someone thinks about in terms of like having good sex, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, no, it's very necessary.
Because like I thoroughly enjoy the 2 opportunities we've had to have sex,
3.
like full on penetration.
Okay. Yeah.
Like because yesterday was a great time. I definitely had fun. We 69 for most of it, so like it was hard for me to focus on like both things really, which is just inherent with
yeah.
69ing. It's
It's
like
it's literally just the
it's the
thing.
point of it.
Yeah.
But like whenever we had sex, like full on penetrative, um, it's because my like I think you said something the first time we did afterwards about how like my dick was just like very big, and then I was just like, oh no,
Oh my
I'm gonna
God.
hurt this person. Ah shit. Because like I am a tall person,
Yeah.
thick wiener, and then like
Girthy boy.
very petite person. I
Yeah.
tried saying both words at the same time. So it's just like whenever stuff like that happens, I'm just like,
Right.
oh no, don't hurt her, but also had a great time.
Yeah. I mean, I think more than anything, um, like what a guy can do to be very, very helpful, especially like just this is speaking from my own personal experience. It's just like fucking plenty of foreplay. Please, for the love of God, don't go right in. I can't take it. I can't do it.
See, that's why I am glad that
And also another thing is just like because I have a panty fetish and like I dig that sort of thing, like the more over the clothes stuff, the better. Or just like minimal clothing, but over the clothes stuff. And that will get me so fucking wet,
I
honestly.
wish I would have known that because I would have done more of that then.
It's I don't
Didn't
often
even pertain to me.
I don't often like just randomly think to tell this to people, but yeah, I mean like that's one of my fetishes.
Well,
So
next
like
time.
yeah, there you go.
Got that covered.
Well, check out.
Cause like, god damn it, where was I gonna go with that?
Yeah, you're like what?
Fuck. Cause like it's one of those things where, nope, still gone.
Yeah, yeah.
I hate my life. Alrighty, I guess that's a good fucking place to end the goddamn podcast.
So yeah, okay.
I
bye,
had
guys.
something and then my brain just like derailed like that train in Ohio and now I'm cleaning up the mess.
Yeah. Did you wake up early today?
Me?
Yeah.
I woke up at like 9:30, but then I was
Okay.
like,
Because we were up
my,
pretty late.
yeah,
So.
my friend canceled on me, so I was just like, I'm gonna go back to bed because we're not doing anything till
Yeah.
later. So I was like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I still feel like it's morning, and it's probably like fucking 3, 4.
It's 3.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. Woohoo.
But so with that to end off the stuff, do you
Yeah.
want to plug in yourself again to all the lovely listeners who have managed to last this long?
Hey, lasted this long. Look at you, big boy. Yeah. Once again, Nami3neko. I primarily streamer. I do content, all that good stuff. I think I'm fun to hang out with. You can make that assumption yourself.
I would agree.
You can find me on nami3neko.com, also chatterbait.com/nami3neko, you know. I'm all over the place. Fucking join my Discord server. Just saying. I don't have an OnlyFans, so don't ask.
How does it? I guess to finish it off, because
Yeah.
I forgot to ask, how does your Discord server work? If you're okay with getting
Yeah.
into that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty simple. So basically, you can join my server.
Is it free or is it?
It is free.
Okay.
You can join my server for free. It is. I actually have like a URL, and it's discord.gg/Namiverse. That's my little
Fucking
link.
nerd.
Hey, we voted on that name. I'll have you know. But yeah, so you can join my server for free. It is completely free to join, and there's like a lot of places on there. You could just fucking come, chill, hang out, talk about shit, post pictures of your pets, whatever. It's just like a community. But within the server, there is a paywall. Behind a paywall, there's like an unlockable channel where you can join for money. It's probably never gonna change in price, $15 a month. But yeah,
Which is a like very solid price all around for most
yeah,
platforms. Like if someone is over $15,
yeah.
sorry to get off on this tangent, but if someone's, we were so close to ending it, but whatever. If someone is over $15 on like OnlyFans, Family,
Yeah.
or anything, I'm like, what are you offering that makes it completely worth that?
Right.
Other than just being, hot.
Right. So for me, like a big thing of why I've honestly stayed at that price pretty much consistently the whole
Yeah,
time I've
but
had
like
it.
10 or 15, I'm like, okay, that's totally fair. I'll do that. I'll
Right.
check it out.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't want to go lower than that because I offer a lot of stuff on there that only I offer on there. I don't offer anywhere else. I really don't sell content pretty much I sell content privately. Like you send me an email, send you my list kind of thing. But like that is the place that if you're looking for actual like real sexy Nami, that's the place that I post sexy Nami. Granted, I have a Snapchat now, but I don't rely on Snapchat. I could get banned at any moment.
Yeah, that one's so fickle.
Any fucking moment. And aside from that, like I do have a mini vids where I post stream recaps. But aside from that, like I don't post content anywhere. That's a big reason why I am sticking that price, and I don't feel like going any lower, or higher. Like I think it's good. I think it's a well-rounded. I post like actual nudity on there. Lots of lewds, lots of like behind the scenes shit and like first looks at things. I give like my VIP people. I literally just did. It's just Valentine's Day is coming up, and I just did Valentine's cards for everyone, and included like a Valentine card and a sticker. Um, just so that I can show you. It looks like this, except this is a fucked up version. And I did like a little Valentine's card and an exclusive sticker, and I did that for free. Like anyone who's in my VIP, they just got one for free.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, I did like fucking shitload of.
Can other people like purchase one
Yeah,
too?
yeah,
Okay.
everybody could purchase one, but like I give them and I do like VIP exclusive shows and all sorts of good stuff. But just know that if you join my server, you don't necessarily have to pay anything. It's free to
Be
join.
a part of the community, but to
Yeah,
be a part of the.
and I do fucking giveaways all the time. You might be able to get in for free anyway. You know?
Fair.
Hey, I respect my lurkers. I respect everybody.
Alrighty, so yeah.
Yeah.
Dope. Was there anything else?
No,
Plugin-wise?
I think that was it. I mean, that's the main thing. Is really that's where I exist.
Alrighty. And then final thing. Is there any piece of advice, any saying you want to leave the listeners with to either make them think or just brighten up their day or something along those lines?
I would gladly fuck your mom. Every single one of you. I will give your mother a loving and intimate experience with yours truly. So if that interests you, call 1-800 Nami3neko
God damn
or
it.
something.
Alrighty, and with that is the episode today, guys. Thank you so much for listening
Hell
to the
yeah.
end of this. If you enjoyed this and you haven't listened to any other ones, please check them out. There's quite a few at this point.
Check this fucker out.
You can follow me on twisted_taffy on fucking anything that you'd want to
Literally
follow me
everything.
on. I got really lucky in that regard, but with that, I'm gonna bid you adieu and have a great day and stay slutty, y'all.
Hell yeah.